Hi, I'm Mitch, the Global Director of Product Marketing at Aperture. We're here at IBC 2024, and we're showing the new Storm 1200X. Storm is a whole new product line from Aperture, and we've really reinvented everything about this form factor, the Cobb light. And so we went back to the drawing board with everything like, how can we do these things better? Why are we trying to do things? What are the goals? And that's where we came up with the 1200X as our first in the line of the Storm lights. The first new thing that's obvious on it is the Pro Lock mount. This is a Bowens mount, and it is literally just a clamp. So normally with Bowens mount, you go and you take your accessory and modifier, you stick it in, you click it in place, but then they were originally meant for still photo work, and so they kind of wobble in there and stuff. This is rock solid. This is super strong mount system. That is not going to wobble in there at all. If you put this is just a small reflector, but if you put in a big lens or like a spotlight mount max, and so you have big projection system, they're very heavy. Those normally would slump a little bit. This is going to be rock solid and optically aligned to the Cobb. So it's very, very precise and strong and quicker and easier to use, just better in every way. In fact, one of the things I like to show people, so if I loosen that up real quick, this is not something that I would ever do with a regular Bowens mount. Super, super strong. So there's a lot more to the light, though, than just a little mount. Inside this light is the new Blair light engine. Blair is blue, lime, amber, indigo, and red. Now that gives you a few things. One, we call this a tunable white light. It can go from 2,500 to 10,000 degrees Kelvin, a huge range in the color temperature range. Additionally, we can go full green, like if you used a gel, full plus green, and full minus green in color in a green offset, tone range. We have an enormous range that we can adjust that. This light is not just warm, cool, and green, magenta in adjustment though, because we have the 5 different colors. So I can go into an XY mode and I can dial around in all those colors. Now, it's not designed to, or it's not optimized to really go extreme colors to, you can get quite a large degree of range, but it's optimized to be your highest quality white light with a huge amount of output with that white light. But I can get to some color range, so it gives you sort of a best of both worlds. You can get some of that color range as well out of it. The light also has a unique feature, which is that indigo emitter. Indigo is near UV. Ultraviolet light is something interesting because we don't really see it very well. We barely pick it up with our eye. But it's not about what we see coming out with the light. It's how that light interacts with the surfaces it hits. And so, if you just took a meter and, you read the ultraviolet light, it's like, well, big deal. Okay, give me some ultraviolet, so what? But if you shine that ultraviolet light onto things, well, ultraviolet light is in natural daylight, and ultraviolet light is in real tungsten light. What it does is it hits certain surfaces, and those surfaces will take that 420 nanometers, I believe it is, and it'll alter it and reflect back at a different frequency that we do see. And so that's called fluorescent. That glow, that shine of light actually is quite visible to the naked eye. And when you do that, you are now fundamentally changing what things look like in your shot, right? What happens with that light. Natural light does that. And so if you get detergent with whiteners in it, they call it whiteners. What they do is they put stuff in there so that it reacts to the natural UV light that's in regular daylight and such, and it makes your clothes suddenly look brighter and whiter, and the colors kind of pop and stuff like that. And it's not just like detergent. You can have that with sheets of paper. You can have that with your skin, with the whites of your eyes, your fingernails. These are all natural surfaces, like, you know, flowers do this and such. All this is happening in natural daylight, but it was never happening in any LED light. We have added it to the Storm color engine with the indigo. And so where most LEDs, you'll have art directors and costume designers, makeup people, they'll all be like, for some reason under LED lights, things don't look right and they look dull, and the whites look yellowy, and like just things don't look the way they're supposed to. And it was because of a limitation in the lights where they weren't doing this natural fluorescing. And you don't make these extreme crazy party colors. We're just doing what natural daylight does. That's what we're doing here. We naturally fluoresce, and so suddenly the whites look a little whiter, and the skin can have a bit of a glow to it, and the makeup that might be applied will have that same natural effect that you see in true tungsten and true daylight now is being replicated when you shine a Storm 1200X on it. It's the only LED lighting technology that has that. And so that it's a fundamental difference where things look more natural with this light than with other lights. Additionally, this has other features in it. It has IP65 throughout the whole system, so you can have it out in the rain all day, not a problem. It can dim incredibly low. So not only does it get very bright, this light at 5,600 degrees is brighter than our 1200D. And here this is a color tunable 1200X. 1200D does nothing but daylight. This one is brighter at daylight. But we can dim it way, way, way down to 0.1%. And it's a natural smooth dimming curve. So you can get very, very bright to very, very dim. And of course you can control that with like our Sidus app and stuff and make a very smooth transition, much lower than other LEDs that'll go only so dark and then they'll just drop off. So it has a lot of capabilities that way. It has CRMX built in. This is sort of the technology of the future of the way that lighting technology is moving on and progressing in the industry. So it has an effects mode built in, so you can do different effects. It comes with this reflector, but then we have accessory reflectors available for it, as well as we're showing this prototype Fresnel. That is, this is going to be the Fresnel for it, and you can see that when you're storing it, it gets very, very compact. So it makes for a very compact kit. This is the ElectroStorm CS15. CS is for color spectrum because it's a full color RGB WW light. 15 is because it's more than 1,500 watts of output. The most powerful color tunable light in the industry. This is the ballast control system for it. You'll notice there's just a single cable. A single cable is going up and communicating not only with the lamp head, but with the motorized Fresnel that we have on the front, that's 18 to 50 degrees, as well as the motorized yoke. So that you don't have to use it with this motorized yoke, or you don't have to use it with the motorized Fresnel. Those are accessories for it. But with this, you have a complete remote system. It's designed as a big, powerful light that you could have in your studio and install. You have it rigged up into the grid overhead and stuff, and you can control it all remotely. You can control it. You can control it at the head, or you can control it using the Sidus app. You can control it on the control box right down here, or over DMX and CRMX, that sort of thing. The whole system is IP65 rated. It has extreme dimming capabilities. It also has extreme high-speed photography capabilities. So a powerful light like this, you can use it for shooting with the Phantom, doing extreme high speeds. It is a no excuses, no holds barred, absolute super powerhouse system. We have two lights in the family of ElectroStorm. This is the CS15, and then behind me, this is the XT26. This is the same style of lamp head, but we're showing it here in sort of a stripped down mode with the Spotlight Max accessory on the front. So that's a projection lens. This XT26, X meaning bicolor, and this 26 is for more than 26 800 watts. So this is an extremely powerful light. And again, you could put it in the motorized yoke if you want. You could put the motorized Fresnel on the front if you want. You can build it out as you need to. This is the most powerful currently available bi-color type light. That's the most powerful currently available color tunable light. So between them, these are industry leaders.
What's the price?
Depending on, with accessories and stuff like that, the base lights are around $8,000 to $9,000.